I'm Jeff Silver with Big Valley Mortgage. I'm here with Mike Sandoval with Remax Gold here in Roseville, California. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Jeff. How's it going?
It's going great, man.
Another year.
I know.
Gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
2026.
You know what? It's interesting because 2025 didn't really go by real fast for me.
Okay.
But November, December did.
Yes.
It was really bizarre. Yeah. I mean, November, December just flew by.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's just craziness. So here we go into 2026. So kind of the talk of the town is, hey, what's the market going to be like in 2026? So maybe let us know a little bit about what you think the real estate market's going to be like in 2026.
It's projected to be a great market. So the broker community is in consensus with, there's a big foreseeing of maybe interest rates being adjusted. We could talk about that a little bit, but as far as the housing is concerned, there's still a good amount of inventory. There's still sellers that don't want to sell, Jeff. Those that have great interest rates and they're happy with where they're at and they're not going to sell. So we're not going to have a ton of influx of new infrastructure or real estate, but we are going to see a lot more sales in 2026. That's kind of the consensus. And as we enter spring, we'll really get a gauge on how this year will play out. But it's a very positive year. I think it's going to be a great year in real estate. I think we're going to have a lot more transactions than we did in 25 and even 24. I think there's going to be an uptick and a lot more trading. Hopefully, interest rates will partner with us, and that's going to help create more transactions.
It sounds like a really positive outlook. I do like that.
Yes.
So you're thinking that a lot more sellers are going to start coming off the fence and saying, "Yeah, I realize I have a 3 or sub 3 interest rate, and rates now are probably close to 6%, 6 flat." Mm-hmm. They've been in the low sixes for a little while now, and towards the end of the year, they kind of slipped down towards the 6% number. I even saw a couple of sub 6.
Did you really?
Yeah, VA. I did a 5.75 VA,
wow.
which was, we caught it on the right day to lock that one, but nonetheless, you're talking right around the 6% number towards the end of the year. So you're thinking that some sellers now are going to start realizing, hey, we do need that extra bedroom, we need to downsize, or we would rather have that neighborhood over this neighborhood. So you're believing that these people are going to start jumping?
100%. I actually have a client who I just met with earlier this week. We sat down. He had a 3.25% interest rate. His girlfriend had a sub 2 interest rate, separate housing, both separate homes. They're going to purchase a home together, live in it together, and sell those homes. And they figured that with the 2 mortgages that they're paying independently, creating the one mortgage is going to be about the same because of, loan balances and everything else. So we are going to see a lot more transition. You're going to see folks making that transition more this year, I think, than previous years because, they've reached a point where maybe they're able to build up their savings. They kind of get an idea, okay, now I gauge the market's stable. I really need that bigger house, or I really need to move. And that's what's happening. Hopefully that's what's going to happen in 26.
Yeah. So, that was a great scenario that you just gave. It's scenarios like that maybe at 7% they weren't willing to do it.
Right.
And now 6% people are starting to do that. I had somebody say to me the other day that he wants to see sub 5s.
Right.
In the 4s.
Oh, no.
And I said, I don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime. I realize that, hopefully I have a lot of years left.
I'm sure you do.
But I really don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I do. I see maybe 5.5.
Yeah.
That's kind of my prediction.
I see that.
Is 5.5 could be the bottom.
Yep.
For conventional financing.
And that's still a great rate.
It really is.
Mike.
Gosh. It really is. Yeah. 3% and sub 3. That's beyond a great rate.
Yep.
That hurt our market, and that's a talk for another time.
Yes.
Why I believe that really hurt our market. But I see below 6, but not much.
I think if there's a 5 in front of it, consumers are going to, get out of the home that they bought that they necessarily don't like, or they need to move. I think that's going to get everybody off the fence. So if we see that, and hopefully we do see that sometime in 26, It's gonna shake up the market. It's gonna shake the bushes, and we're gonna see a lot more inventory. We're gonna see a lot more consumers purchase and sell.
Well, it sounds like 2026 is going to be a pretty good year.
It's gonna be a great year, Jeff. I'm super excited about it.
All right, me too. You have a great day.
You too, Jeff. Thanks.
Thanks.